Nobody pray for me. It been a day for me. Yeah, yeah. Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances, finessing on them with some counterfeits, but now I'm counting this Parmesan where my accountant lives. In fact, I'm down in this. With my boo babe, tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem. You just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. 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 Who that thinking that he frontin' on that man? Get the off my stage. I'm the same man. Get the off my that ain't right. I make a play blowing up your whole life. I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop. Show me something natural like Afro with your pride. Show me something natural. Take you down right on your mama couch in polo sock. Ay, this is way too crazy. Ay, you do not amaze me. Ay, I blew cool from ACA. Obama just page me. Ay, I don't fabricate it. Ay, most of y'all be faking. Ay, I stay modest about it. Ay, she elaborated. Ay, this that great poop on that AV on that TED talk. Ay, watch my soul speak. You let them talk. Ay, if I it won't be that. Ay, I'm the realest. After all, tell them be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Tell them sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
What are you looking at?
Give me the ball.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What I use in a battle for the mind. Hit it hard like it's supposed. Pulling up blows to the nose like Uncle L said I'm ripping up shows. 9. What I use in a battle for the mind. Hit it. 9. What I use in a battle for the mind. Hit it hard like it's supposed. Pulling up blows to the nose like Uncle L said I'm ripping up shows.
3.1 to go. Dante Grant with the shot. It's good! Kevin Durant. A deep three. It's good! Dante Grant with the game in his hand. Behind the back to LeBron. Off the backboard. Slam!
Shut him down.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show. NBA. This is it. Oh, how it's ended up.
Well, guys, the end.
Thanks, DA, a true sign of how caring the NBA is, always looking out for the retired players. Teams still learning the ins and outs of their systems and how to play together in these early games. If you were coaching, Clark, and your team was struggling, how long do you wait before making changes?
It's hard to say, Kevin. It's a matter of feel and understanding your personnel, and sometimes it's gut instinct, consulting with your staff. But I think you've got to try to keep your changes to a minimal, and when you do make them, try to make sure they're relatively small changes so that you have a chance to adjust and your team does too.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Dragic and Waiters, they're the backcourt. James Johnson is out there with Mickey, and it's Whiteside in at the 5.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside, feeds it to Waiters. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And for the Magic, it's really been a musical chairs with their coaches. A lot of churning on the roster, but the pieces still have yet to gel. And honestly, it's been a mess.
And if you're running the Magic, Greg, what's the roadmap to contention?
Well, first and foremost, it's always going to have to start through the draft. I mean, you've got to be able to get core pieces there. And then you want to continue to add perimeter shooting and focus on developing your young talent based on the way the game is played today.
Now, here's Whiteside. Following the miss by Aaron Gordon. Count it. Good. Whiteside's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now here's Gordon, picked away. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Here's Waiters, got a piece of it, and they'll keep possession. They get it back. Whiteside, tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. To the middle, it's tipped. It's stolen by Dragic. And they're on the break. Rejected by Collison.
Tell you what, that's something you don't see every day. Collison rejecting a shot.
Waiters for 3. Vucevic with the rebound. And it's Orlando's ball. Knocked away. Simmons passes to Gordon. And it's the Heat on the break. Dragic has got the ball. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
For Miami, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Dragic dishes to Johnson. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic, and it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
And you look at the post-up bangers, who don't block shots at a high level. More and more, we're seeing teams relegate them to that six-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic, who fits that description.
Now here's Dragic, following the miss by Aaron Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from 12, and again, Goran Dragic.
And I respect the craftiness and savvy of Dragic. I mean, when he gets positioned deep inside, he finds a way to score.
Greg, why is it, do you think, that teams want those more floor-bound, post-up big men like Vucevic coming off the bench?
I think two things. First of all, their defensive shortcomings are less exposed playing against other reserves. Also, their ability to create offense on the block has more value with that second unit because that group tends to have their struggles in terms of scoring the basketball.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Ross comes in for Isaac, and it's Payton in for Darren Collison. Here's Whiteside. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Whiteside's got his second basket of the night.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Ross, that's good.
The defense made their presence felt, but Ross is just too explosive down there.
The Heat have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Whiteside a screen. Now here's Johnson. Hassan Whiteside again. Whiteside's got 6. Simmons on the wing. The pass to Vucevic. Lets it go from deep, and it's Terrence Ross with the 3.
Man, I like the three-point stroke of Ross. Gets it off so effortlessly. Man, he's got terrific form.
Dragic against Payton. Dragic, the pass to Whiteside. Shoots over Vucevic. Whiteside, no good. Magic have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Simmons dishes to Gordon. And stolen by Gordon. Got a piece of it. Johnson against Simmons. Johnson kicks to Dragic. Whiteside, a screen on Payton. Here's Dragic. Vucevic with the block.
And you know, with Vucevic, as is the case with all shot blockers, it's about timing. And how can you bait that shooter into shooting a shot that you know you can block?
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Al Jefferson's checked in for Vucevic. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for the Heat. Ellington comes in for Goran Dragic. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Jefferson kicks to Payton. And the jam by Ross.
And when Ross gets a head of steam going to the rim, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of there.
The Heat trail by 3. Johnson kicks to Olynyk. Good ball movement here by Miami. Olynyk, a screen on Ross. Johnson, the pass to Olynyk. He dishes it to Johnson. Inside. Here's Whiteside. Kicks it to Olynyk. And just miss after miss right now. Pass to Gordon from 12 feet out. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
Olynyk dishes to Whiteside. There's Winslow. A three-pointer off the mark. Right back after this break. The second quarter getting ready to start up. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And here is Peyton. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. On the court for the Heat, Olynyk down low with Whiteside. Johnson is out there with Wayne Ellington. And it's Winslow in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Biyombo, 4 on the shot clock. Here's Jefferson. Good work defensively by Whiteside.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
Now here's Winslow, following the miss by Al Jefferson. Olynyk can't hit.
And probably the one constant of this Miami team the last few years has been their defense. They do a great job of making life difficult for opposing shooters, and it's been anchored by one of the best shot blockers in the game with Whiteside.
The Magic making a switch here. Collison's out there, and Miami also making a switch. Johnson's checked in. Screen by Olynyk. Johnson kicks to Olynyk. On the wing, Winslow. Back to Olynyk. Johnson the screen. Ross against Winslow. Fires the 3. It's Biyombo with the rebound. And the Miami defense is more than just Whiteside, blocking shots, as you might say. Greg, they do a great job of limiting opponents' threes.
Yeah, they challenge the 3 ball as well as anybody. Both contest the shot and close out to deny the attempt from even being taken. This roster does a great job of taking away space from shooting.
Isaac's checked in for Orlando. And Miami also making a switch. Waiters is checked in. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. To the right side. For 3, Olynyk. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And listen, if you're 7 foot and can shoot threes, there's a place for you in today's NBA. Olynyk has that rare combination.
Banked in off the glass. And the Magic lead by 6.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Now here's Johnson, looking for his first basket still in this one. Olynyk the pass to Johnson. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Olynyk, a screen on Collison. For 3, Ellington. That shot missing, and Orlando will come the other way. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip, and he comes up with the deuce.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now here's Olynyk. Pass to Waiters. And Olynyk kicks to Ellington. There's the dish to Johnson. Launches it. They get it back. Olynyk, nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Olynyk's got 5 now.
Often you find him out on the wing, but Olynyk seizing the opportunity to go inside and dig out that extra possession.
Here's Isaac. Rebound by Olynyk. The Heat trail by 6. Ellington from outside. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. Johnson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Clark, when you look back at all the coaching you received and all the coaches that you've covered, what allows a coach to have a team buy into what he wants to do?
I think there are a couple of things there, Kevin. One is authenticity, being who you are as a man and a coach. Whatever your personality is, whatever your hallmark pillars are as a coach, the things that you don't allow to be negotiated, staying true to that. But authenticity is huge. And then adaptability, being able to be flexible within your authenticity. Those things, to me, give you the most credibility as a coach and give you a chance to one, be enjoyable to play for and also successful.
Orlando making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Jefferson, and Spates subbed in for Biyombo. And then for Miami, Mickey's checked in for Ellington. And it's Dragic in for Johnson. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And, guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Dragic kicks to Johnson. Olynyk sets a screen for Johnson. The feed to Olynyk. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Magic.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
Simmons checked in for Payton.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
And it's Johnson penetrating, and they take the lead. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And, you know, last season, it seemed like it was a strong return to form for Goran Dragic, who was able to be more ball dominant when he was on the floor. And that style seems to work to his advantage, and he just seemed more comfortable in his role with this team.
And Orlando making a change here. Gordon's checked in. Whiteside's checked in for the Heat. Justice Winslow comes in for James Johnson. Pick by Vucevic. Simmons dishes to Gordon. Passes to Vucevic. And the bank shot is good. Greg, with Dragic in a statistical resurgence for several seasons, he had been sharing playmaking duties with guys like Wade and Bledsoe.
And as great as those players are, Dragic is best when he's the lead guard. Seems to be best paired with a shooter. A player's mentality can change when he is or isn't the primary ball handler, and that's been the case with Dragic.
Now here's Collison, following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. And that one's good, Simmons.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
Yeah, making his teammates better through his passing. Greg, you know about that because you did it. Great job sharing the ball.
Well, I appreciate it, partner. Always important to have somebody keep rhythm in the game.
Now Spates, after Dion Waiters' three-pointer that didn't go. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Outside, Simmons. Here's Gordon, and the layup's good off the glass. And now a 4-point Magic lead.
And Gordon's jumping ability combined with his reach make him a difficult matchup for any defense, especially when he's operating in the post. Nice to see how easy he takes over games. Makes it look elementary. I mean, that's why they feed him the rock so much.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Magic out in front, leading by just 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K
and welcome
Sports
to
Halftime Show.
Hey, what a fantastic time. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
Well, so far they won the battle of assists. They played more patiently and very unselfish in the first half. Good shot selection and nice flow of offense.
And time now to...
Welcome back, folks. The downtown skyline of Orlando, Florida, looking especially striking tonight. And for the young players on the Magic, how much tougher is it to develop when a team is continually changing their coaching staff?
Well, Kevin, we've seen it. I mean, when you have multiple turnover, particularly in key front office or coaching positions, that's very difficult for the players. It's disorienting. 4 different coaches in the last 3 years. At some point, you have to set your anchor and sail accordingly.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Magic, the big men are Gordon and Vucevic. Simmons is out there with Collison, and it's Isaac in at the 3 spot. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That is his first foul of the game. And here are the Heat now, trailing by 2, and Jonathan Simmons gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now here's Waiters. 6 to shoot. He feeds it to Dragic. Johnson right side. Tries from 16. That one's not going to go. So Orlando will take it the other way. Here's Isaac. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Isaac's got his first 2 points of the night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Back to Dragic. Waiters passes to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Waiters. Miami needs to get a shot off. Whiteside, good.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Gordon dishes to Vucevic. No good there. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Miami trailing. Now with Whiteside, no matter what he is doing, he is always setting the tone the way he goes about defending the rim. It's like he's taking it personally that these guys are not going to score on him.
And you know what? He's a tone setter defensively. He gives his group confidence when he's on the floor. And, you know, teams are starting to realize you simply do not go at Whiteside. The block numbers might be down, but his defensive impact is as high as ever.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Outside Dragic. Down low. Good on that shot. And with that, the Magic lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Hassan Whiteside. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Clark, when you played, did you have any superstitions or a game day ritual that you would follow?
Superstitions are a waste of time in my book, Kevin. I had none, not any. I liked my pregame nap. I'd get a good pregame meal, and then it was about focusing on my assignment for that particular game at night or day. Superstitions, I know a lot of guys have them. They weren't part of my toolkit.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Jefferson's checked in for Vucevic. Biyombo comes in for Aaron Gordon. Terrence Ross is checked in for Simmons. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Darren Collison. And then for Miami, Olynyk, he's checked in for Mickey. Ellington comes in for Dion Waiters. And it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. And Olynyk kicks to Johnson. Back to Olynyk. Dishes to Johnson. Johnson the screen. For the lead. Johnson's shot is off. Orlando, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Ross. Deflects the pass. And Whiteside sends it back.
And Whiteside takes great pride in rejecting shots. Outstanding at getting his arms up and denying shooters.
Here's Ross. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And Terrence Ross with probably his best season in 2016-17. Shot a career high from the field.
And Kevin, I think he can continue to even get better. I mean, with his bounce, I'd like to see him develop the mid-range shot in addition to his ball handling, because that's a little loose. If he tightens the ball handling up, this guy can get to the rim and become a real force offensively.
And probably the prime memories with the Heat have to be from the Big Three era. I mean, the team has done a great job of transitioning from that era to this current one, but classic example for me of reloading versus rebuilding.
The Heat trail by 4. Johnson kicks to Whiteside. Johnson outside. Back to Whiteside. From the wing, the shot's good on the assist by Johnson. And that's 12 points for Hassan Whiteside. And Greg, credit the Miami Heat front office and coaching staff for continuing to keep this team competitive despite losing several Hall of Fame-type players in the last couple of years.
And that is never an easy task for a franchise to go through. But the Heat have stayed in the competitive picture with smart signings and trades, and don't discount the impact Eric Spoelstra has had on that roster.
That's good offense. The shot didn't go down, but they'll live with that.
No good from Ross.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
To the paint, here's Biyombo. And he uses the glass on the layup. Biyombo's got his second bucket tonight.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
On the wing, Johnson. Back to Johnson. 1:57 left in the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. No one near Whiteside as he lets it go. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. Spates checked in for Biyombo. Heat also with a sub. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Johnson. Orlando leading by 6. Here's Ross, and he elevates for the slam. Justice Winslow did not like that.
You know, Terrence Ross is a former dunk contest champion. Ross has major levitation time.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Payton kicks to Ross from past the arc. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside.
And checking out the numbers for Whiteside, coming off a terrific season. First in rebounding, 4th in blocks. And he was such a reliable option offensively, finishing in the top 10 in field goal percentage.
And getting back to the fact that he led the league in rebounding, you know how hard that is? What a tremendous asset to the team. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. The Heat trail by 5. Feeds to Johnson. He kicks it to Whiteside. Dragic against Payton. Takes the 13-footer. No good from Dragic.
Tell you what, Kevin, they will take that look every time. Limited defense, great shot. Just came up empty. You live with those.
But they recover it. Olynyk with the steal. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. And the dunk by Winslow.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Here's Isaac. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, he's a big-time glass eater now. Reads, misses nicely, and then capitalizes as well.
The Heat trail by 3. Here's Johnson. There's the pick. Right side of screen. For 3, Olynyk. That's in coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 3 assists in the game. That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
All right, put together 3 or 4
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Waiters with the ball on the floor for Miami. Waiters and Winslow are the wings. Mickey out there with Whiteside, and it's Dragic in at the 1 spot to take the lead, and it's Spates with the rebound.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
The basket counts, and 1 will go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And that one misses.
And, you know, the Magic last summer looking to address their biggest weakness, a team really desperate for more perimeter shooting to space the floor.
Right side a screen. Here's Dragic on the money from 12 feet away. Dragic has got the game tied up here for Miami.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Yeah, he's really calm in these situations. Simply takes his time in tight spots. You got to be patient, and he is playing to his strengths.
And with Elfrid Payton at the point, a great penetrator, but not a great shooter. Clark, how important is it that the Magic surround him with shooting?
Well, he is terrific as a playmaker. Great size and can find people, but you've got to have shot makers. That's huge in this game because it's about making shots at some point, inside or out. And the Magic have to at least have 3 high-quality shooters on the floor with a guy like Payton. Or, hey, Payton could become a really good shooter over time.
They set the pick. Here's Waiters. And another basket for Miami. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Miami.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they defended the rim. As